My beloved, you'll meet your billionaire soulmate at this surprising location. Have you noticed how lately your spirit has been restless, sensing that something unusual, something divine, is drawing near? It feels like your heart is on the edge of a breakthrough, as if heaven is about to align you with someone who will not only love you deeply, but will also change the trajectory of your destiny. This message is not for everyone. It is for the one who has been faithfully waiting, enduring seasons of delay, and crying silently in prayer, asking God, when will it be my turn? If that resonates with you, take this as your divine confirmation. Your wait has not been in vain. God is preparing to surprise you with a connection so extraordinary that even your doubts will fall silent. Welcome, dear soul, to Angel Code Message. If you are here for the first time, know that you are not here by accident. God's Spirit has led you here for such a time as this. And to those who return faithfully, may your heart be refreshed again today with heaven's whisper. Before we continue, I want to invite you into a moment of faith-based agreement. Write the words "I believe" in the comments right now, because there is power in confession. As you type it, you are aligning your spirit with God's promise, declaring that this word belongs to you. Now hear this clearly. God is saying that your soulmate will not come in an ordinary way, nor in an ordinary place. This will be a surprising location, a setting you least expected. It may be while you are running errands, walking into a meeting, attending an event, or even traveling for something unrelated to romance. The Lord has orchestrated it in such a way that you will recognize His hand upon it. It will not be coincidence, will be providence. Isaiah 43:19 reminds us, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth, do you not perceive it?" This divine encounter is God's new thing in your life, and it will not look like what you imagined. Your future spouse carries wealth, not just financial abundance, but also wealth of wisdom, generosity, and a heart after God. Yes, they may be younger, but their spirit is mature, refined in the secret place with God. They are not arriving to flaunt riches, but to steward them for kingdom purposes. Proverbs 18:22 declares, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." This union will be marked by just personal favor, but generational favor. You have prayed for stability, and God is answering by connecting you with someone who not only has material resources, but also a pure, surrendered heart. But why has it taken so long? Why did God delay until now? Ecclesiastes 3:11 tells us, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." Beloved, you needed healing first. There were wounds in your soul: rejection, abandonment, disappointment that would have poisoned this gift if it came too early. God withheld not to punish you, but to protect the purity of the blessing. Your spouse has also walked through fire, misunderstood because of their success, guarded because of betrayal. Both of you had to be purified before this divine convergence. Take a moment and let that truth settle. The delay was divine preparation. You will know them not by external appearance, but by the peace that floods your spirit in their presence. Psalm 37:4 says, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." God is fulfilling even those silent desires you never voiced aloud. Do not be surprised if this person looks different from what you expected, or if society's standards of age, culture, or background try to raise questions. Those things are irrelevant in God's plan. He sees beyond the surface. He looks at destiny alignment. I sense strongly that for some of you, the first meeting will feel like déjà vu, like you've known this person before. Your spirit will recognize theirs because God has been weaving your journeys in parallel, waiting for the moment of intersection. Genesis 2:18 declares, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helper fit for him." The union is not about loneliness alone. It is about mission, assignment, and kingdom partnership. This is why the enemy fought so hard to delay or distract you with counterfeit relationships. But God's appointed time cannot be stopped. Take a moment and ask yourself, could this be what you've been sensing lately? Those inner stirrings, those dreams, those sudden impressions of love and abundance, they are not random. They are spiritual signals of what is about to manifest. The Holy Spirit has been preparing your heart so that when the moment comes, you won't question it out of fear, but embrace it in faith. And hear me clearly, the wealth attached to this spouse is not for show. It is provision for vision. Together, you will restore broken places, not only in your own hearts, but also in the lives of others. Isaiah 61:4 says, "They shall build up the ancient ruins. They shall raise up the former devastations." Your marriage will be a testimony of healing and restoration. Those who once doubted you will see the goodness of God unfold before their eyes. But you must also guard this union in prayer. Divine unions attract spiritual opposition. The enemy knows the generational impact of your coming together. Psalm 8 assures you, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." Trust that God has already stationed angels to protect what he is birthing. You do not need to walk in fear. You need to walk in gratitude. Gratitude is your warfare. As you thank God in advance, you disarm doubt and release faith, beloved. Let this confirmation settle in your spirit. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are right on schedule with heaven's calendar. The location may surprise you, but the love will be undeniable. And when it comes, remember to glorify the one who orchestrated it all. This union will not just bless you, it will ripple into generations to come. Your children, your legacy, your lineage will carry the mark of divine favor because of your obedience and faith. As we continue, I want you to lean in closely. This is not just another message, it is a prophetic revelation meant to guide you into the season you are about to enter. In the first part, you heard that your billionaire soulmate will appear in a surprising location, and that this union carries both material and spiritual restoration. Now, let us go deeper. God is already releasing signs, gentle indicators that your moment is near. These signs are not to create fear or obsession, but to awaken your discernment so that when the divine encounter happens, your spirit will recognize it without hesitation. One of the first signs is a sudden shift in your daily routines. You may notice that you are drawn to go places you normally would not, or that unexpected opportunities and invitations come your way. Pay attention to these nudges. They are heaven's way of positioning you at the right place at the right time. Proverbs 16:9 declares, "The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps." Even when you feel like your choices are random, the Spirit of God is aligning your steps with destiny. Another sign is the stirring in your dreams. Perhaps you have dreamt of a stranger whose face you cannot quite recognize, but whose presence fills you with peace. Or maybe you have dreamt of wealth, weddings, or a new home, yet you wake up not fully understanding why. Beloved, these are prophetic signals. God often whispers in the night when your mind is still. Job 33:15 says, "In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls on people as they slumber in their beds, he may speak in their ears and terrify them with warnings." Your dreams are divine communication, preparing you for what is to come. There will also be signs in your spirit. You may feel an unexplainable peace about marriage, even if in the past it brought you anxiety. You may sense an excitement rising, a knowing that love is drawing near. This is the Holy Spirit testifying to your heart. Romans 8:16 says, "The Spirit Himself bears witness with our spirit that we are children of God." If the Spirit can confirm your sonship, He can also confirm your season, but beyond signs, preparation is required. Beloved, do not think that meeting your soulmate is simply about showing up physically. It is about showing up spiritually. You must prepare your heart to receive. Many miss their blessing not because God did not send it, but because their hearts were not ready to embrace it. So ask yourself honestly, have you forgiven the ones who wounded you? Have you released bitterness from past rejections? Have you allowed God to heal the parts of you that doubted whether you were worthy of love? These inner shifts matter because the quality of your heart determines the quality of the connection you can sustain. Psalm 51:10 is your prayer in this season. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. A pure heart is fertile ground for divine love. Remember, your soulmate is not coming just to soothe your loneliness. They are coming as a partner in destiny. Together you will build, restore, and advance God's kingdom. Therefore, you must prepare not only emotionally, but spiritually. Let us also address the doubts. Some of you struggle with questions. Why me? Why would God send someone wealthy, influential, or younger to me? Am I really prepared for such a blessing? Beloved, God's thoughts are higher than yours. Isaiah 55:9 declares, "As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Stop measuring God's plans by human logic. Stop disqualifying yourself because of your past, your appearance, or your status. What qualifies you is not what the world says, but the fact that God chose you. Take a moment and let that truth settle. You are chosen. Out of billions of people, God handpicked you for this specific union because your assignment requires it. This is not random, it is strategic. It is bigger than romance. It is about legacy. You may also notice financial shifts happening in your life. Even if you do not yet see wealth, God is teaching you stewardship. Perhaps you feel led to save more, to sow more, or to handle your resources with greater care. Do not dismiss these promptings. They are training for the life you are stepping into. Luke 16:10 reminds us, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." If you are faithful now, you will be ready to handle the abundance that marriage will bring. Let me share something prophetic. When you meet this person, it will not be the wealth that captures you, it will be their humility, their generosity, their ability to make you feel safe. Their abundance is not prideful, but purposeful. This will be the clearest sign that they are the one. They will not use wealth to control you, but to cover you. They will not flaunt status to impress you, but to build with you. Their life will echo Proverbs 10:22. "The blessing of the Lord makes rich, and He adds no sorrow with it." And yet, beloved, be prepared for spiritual opposition. Whenever something divine is about to manifest, resistance comes. Do not be alarmed if you face sudden doubts, distractions, or even attacks from people around you. The enemy will attempt to sow confusion, but God has already covered you. Isaiah 54:17 declares, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." This is your banner. You will walk into your blessing shielded by divine protection. Gratitude is your greatest weapon in this season. Instead of worrying about when or how, begin to thank God as if it has already happened. Thank Him for the spouse you have not yet met. Thank Him for the location He is leading you to. Thank Him for the love that is unfolding. Gratitude shifts the atmosphere and attracts manifestation. Philippians 4-6 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." Thanksgiving seals the promise. Now take a deep breath, beloved. Ask yourself, could it be that God is already positioning me? Do I sense the changes around me? Do I feel the spiritual preparation in my heart? Let these questions stir faith, not fear. Because the truth is, you are closer than you think. This is not just about meeting a soulmate. It is about stepping into a generational blessing. The children that will come from this union will carry the mark of destiny. The communities you will touch together will feel the ripple of your obedience. Nations will be impacted because you did not settle for counterfeits, but waited for God's perfect timing. Psalm 126:3 will be your testimony. The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. I want you to still your heart and open your spirit, because what we will uncover now is the mindset, the tests, and the final instructions that will prepare you for the blessing God is releasing into your life. We have spoken about the surprising location, the divine timing, and the wealth and purity of heart that your soulmate carries. We have spoken of healing, restoration, and legacy. Now, we must address the posture of your spirit as you step into this miracle, because blessings can only be sustained by the right mindset. First, understand this: when God brings you into something new, the enemy often tries to whisper lies from the old. Just before breakthrough, you may feel the sting of loneliness rise again, or you may be tempted to question your worth one last time. This is a final test. The enemy knows he cannot stop what God has ordained, but he will attempt to sabotage it through doubt, fear, and distraction. Do not give him that access. 2 Corinthians 10:5 reminds us, "We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ." Guard your thoughts. Choose faith over fear, even when your emotions shake. Another test that often comes before the manifestation is the appearance of counterfeits. Beloved, when you are on the brink of destiny, counterfeits show up dressed as the real thing. These are relationships that look appealing on the surface, but lack the spiritual depth and purity of heart required for your assignment. This is why discernment is crucial. Matthew 7:16 tells us, "By their fruit you will recognize them." Do not be swayed by charm, words, or appearances. Look for the fruit of the Spirit. Does this person carry humility, generosity, peace, and alignment with God's will? If not, they are not the one. Take a moment and let that truth rest in your spirit. Counterfeits cannot stand where the authentic has been appointed. They will pass through, but the one God has chosen will remain. You must also carry the mindset of readiness. Do not wait passively. Prepare actively. This means growing in your personal relationship with God, cultivating prayer, and refining your own life. Your soulmate is not coming to complete youth. They are coming to complement you. Genesis 2:24 reminds us, "Therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh." Oneness requires strength from both sides. You must be whole in God before you can truly unite with another. Some of you worry about status, about how you will fit into a life of wealth or influence. But beloved, understand this. God does not elevate you into a place He has not prepared you to handle. Esther was a common girl before she was positioned in a palace. Yet God gave her favor because her heart was aligned with His purpose. Esther 4:14 declares, "And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this?" Do not fear the place God is taking you. If He sent you there, He has already equipped you for it. Now, let us talk about divine protection. When your union manifests, it will draw attention, both good and bad. People may misunderstand, criticize, or even envy what God has given you. But know this: no outside voice can cancel what heaven has decreed. Psalm 23:5 declares, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head. With oil my cup overflows." The blessing is not hidden, is displayed. God will not only bless you, He will do it openly so that His glory is revealed. Your responsibility is to stay humble, to give glory back to Him, and to protect your union in prayer. Pray together, fast together, worship together. The foundation of your marriage must be God, because money, status, or beauty cannot sustain what only the Spirit can. A house built on the rock will withstand every storm. Matthew 7:25. Beloved, gratitude must be your constant companion. Do not wait until the wedding day to give thanks. Start now. Thank God for the love that is on the way. Thank Him for healing your past wounds. Thank Him for aligning your steps to that surprising location where your paths will cross. Gratitude creates an atmosphere where miracles manifest effortlessly. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 declares, "Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you." And let us not forget the generational impact of this union. What God is doing in your love life is bigger than you. The children born of this covenant will walk in favor and destiny. Your testimony will inspire others who are waiting in faith. Your union will unlock doors for families, communities, even nations. This is why the process felt so heavy, because the outcome is so weighty. Psalm 145:4 declares, "One generation shall commend your works to another, and shall declare your mighty acts." Your love story will declare the mighty acts of God to generations you will never meet. So how do you position yourself now? Live with expectancy. Wake up each morning declaring, "This could be the day of my divine encounter." Not with anxiety, but with joy. Carry yourself with confidence, knowing that heaven's calendar is unfolding in your favor. And when the surprising location arrives, whether it is a cafe, a meeting, a journey, or an ordinary walk, your spirit will recognize the extraordinary hand of God moving. Take a moment now, close your eyes and ask yourself, do I believe this word is for me? Am I ready to step into the blessing that God has prepared? If your heart says yes, then let faith arise. This is not wishful thinking, it is divine timing. And finally, beloved, do not forget this truth. The wait was worth it. Every tear, every disappointment, every delay was all preparation for this moment. God has preserved you for someone who will not mishandle your heart. He has preserved them for someone who will not misuse their wealth. Together, you will be a living testimony that God's ways are higher. His timing is perfect, and His love story is always worth waiting for. Ecclesiastes 3:11 declares, He has made everything beautiful in its time. This is your time. Step into it with faith. Step into it with boldness. Step into it with gratitude, beloved. Let this final confirmation settle in your spirit. You are about to meet your billionaire soulmate at a surprising location. It is not a fantasy. It is not a coincidence. It is the will of God. Prepare your heart. Lift your hands in thanksgiving, and be ready to walk into a love story written in heaven before you were even born. If this message resonates, I invite you to type blessed and ready in the comments as your declaration of faith. Like this video as a sign of agreement, and subscribe to Angel Code Message channel so you never miss another prophetic word spoken into your destiny. Remember, your future is not delayed, your blessing is not denied, and your love story is closer than you think.